All right, we started it. The last stream actually wasn't too terribly bad. I didn't hate it completely. I apologize for the white noise. I don't have any AC up here in my office. There we go. Okay, we'll do that. That is fine with me. Oh no. Oh crap. How often do you guys do this? There's just nothing you can. Nope. Yeah, it hates me. Minecraft episode 4. We never did that. It was kind of like I actually had people watching the stream a little bit ago. It's kind of fun. I don't know what it is. This helps my ADD with like wanting to do more stuff. The problem is that also if people start asking questions, I get very sidetracked. But anyway, I don't have AC up here, so there's a box fan that is blowing on me because I am unbearably hot half the time. So I apologize. But what we're doing, this is what we're gonna do. So um like our little guy. Very terrible. Huh? Yeah. One thing I'm gonna start working on too, and I'll do it in my spare time. I need to like make better scenes for the stream. I want to make a technical difficulty screen. Should we do that really quick? Nah, we'll do it later. I gotta focus on making a video game. Is my job. Oh. Um. There's a way for me to put this somewhere else. All right, cool. Back to this. We're making our blob. Some people hate that root beer. Hate it. I don't hate it. I just don't have. That's all. That's what I have at my house right now. Honestly, the more I look at this blob right here, the more I don't hate it. So we're gonna try to change the colors on it just to see if it's gonna look any better. Right now, I think it looks really stupid because of the red. Go back and done. That is not bad. That actually looks way better. It's just the colors are stupid. Yeah. Okay. I'm a lot less worried now. As long as we keep kind of that organic shape, and I can always tweak it. Like right here, I kind of want to like that a little bit more. Um, Now I know it works in my head. I can kind of play around with it a little bit better. Cool. That's really awesome. We're gonna go back. Go through and finish this one out. part that is tricky, honestly. I think as stupid as this is, I'm gonna go through a different. Let's see for it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now I can draw over it the same way and overlay it. So we're gonna lock layer 2, only affect the. Then I'm going to copy this over, paste it. So now we know exactly where our old pattern was. Go through and dust. Poking through. That looks good. Apps here. Okay. Dude, these lag spikes with if anybody, I don't know if nobody's on the stream right now, but if anybody has a tip on how to move that lag spike that you get in Ace Sprite, because it is only when I'm in Ace Sprite. I'm confident it's something to do with just Ace. But I just got it again there. It is so frustrating to work with. I don't know why it's so aggravating. It is just triggering. Just it like does goofy thing. I don't hate that. Slowly but surely, that's it. That's all you can do. But luckily, you can kind of move it along. So we'll do this next here. This cord is going to get out of here. That's on my shoulder. Whatever. I'll ignore it. I can't ignore it. What do I do with you? Probably doesn't help if I have one of these cords. It's freaking heavy. Grab the mic. Noise. Oh, we're good. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Yucks. Did we miss that? Cool. Now we're going to go to number 2. 3. Now we're going to kind of move this into place-ish just to get the overall. That's good enough. Trace everything outside of 2. Gotta add a bunch of. Now we'll go through full color. color here. We just go through and tweak it. They call me a tweaker. Dude, these like lag spikes are gonna. Well, variety. I don't know if my mic picked me up. I got to project a little bit better. I apologize. I I think it makes more sense for this to kind of way. Why would this one not do that? That would this. Oh, maybe we make this a little bit more organic. A lot of reasons the way I did it this way, and I don't remember why. Kind of just like pulling a lot of different inspirations from coagulated looking yellow stuff. If that Dude, these lag spikes are gonna bug the crap out of me. I like the wavy look in here. It just gets really thick here, and then it like totally different frame. Really should. I think I like that better. Where I guess it makes sense. This should have a little here. Okay, one thing I think would help is if we added a little bit of like wave into the shading. Probably be a lot better. Like push this up a little bit more right here. It'd be kind of cool to see a little bit more pull from the. Hard to do a lot with 3 frames, but it's also like it's gonna be like it's not a main character. so I don't need it to be the top, but I also just want. I don't like the look. I don't think that's terrible. All right, let's do the next one. This way, this guy, it is totally going. Trying to outline the whole thing. No, our there we go. All right, so now that we got that all good. Hmm. These lag spikes are gonna kill me, man. Okay, so this is the part I wanted to keep the same shape, but I want to change the shading of it. Is I like this little like angle thing, but I don't know if we need to keep it. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is if I can just copy that part over, just the middle here, everything else can kind of get worked around it. That makes sense. No, it's not really going to the shape of the character. It's so really we just make a new shape. Oh man. Oh, dude, these lag spikes, they're gonna kill me. So now that we got that working, next one, place just like six. Now we shape Gucci. Cool. Gross. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How close to this? Oh, the corner. Oh, the corner's touch right there. What? Oh, my. Bean base. Just excited as you are, Dominic. Can you see how excited I am? Yes. Unfortunately, we're not making beans right now. The game isn't really about beans either. It's just a funny play on words. But it is about beans, not not like don't worry about it. There are beans in the game. I can prove it. Bean. See? Bean. B Spain. That's just gross. Beast sounds like a slur. Dude, getting some gnarly we're getting some gnarly comments on Instagram every once in a while. Some of the names people are coming up for what to call people who play this game. Some of them I can't say out loud on stream. Very funny. There are beans, I promise. There are lots of beans. There'll be different types of beans too. I'm not gonna lie, YouTube, as far as like how nasty comments go, get more nasty comments on YouTube than I do Instagram, which I was shocked by. I thought YouTube was gonna be a little bit more middle of the road, and I thought Instagram was gonna be like the worst. Um I thought Instagram was gonna be the worst, but YouTube is a lot more aggressive as far as haters go. As far as like racist, there's nothing new there. Instagram takes the cake for racism. You log on, you're just like, all right, like, just like, guys, calm down. Are we back? You guys see that up here? Oh no, don't drop. You guys still with me? Give me a one in the chat if you guys are still there, if you can hear this. I need to see if this is a. I don't want to dox myself, but let's do a internet speed test. Cool. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm doing the internet speed test. I can't show it because I just don't want to give away where I live. But we got 26 megabytes a second. That's really, really good for where I'm at. And 17, 18 megabytes a second for upload. Dude, that's awesome. That's usually terrible for most people, but um, I love brick red is my favorite color. Surprisingly, it's the color I'm using. I didn't even plan that. I hate beans. Actually, I like black beans. Life. Black bean. What? I can start a Q and A? Hold on. What can I'm learning how to stream. I don't like lentils. What on earth? Guys, I'm learning how to stream. All right. Well, we got the Jelly Man going that way, and then we got the Jelly Man going that way. Good job, Jelly Man. Yeah, the waviness to Bodhi. So we'll stick with this one. And as it dips down, he will. Hey, yo, what? Too choppy. Way too much. Nope. Uh, a little bit. I'll try that. A little bit more of a wiggle. Pop up your knee. Should be good. Couch we talk. Good root beer. Buddy of mine, he likes Barks root beer. I think it. I don't know. Oh, you'll noticing that you're missing something. Cool. All right. Next one. Oh, all right. Go. That. Do both of these. Hey yo. Pretty sure actually I can copy paste. We can get rid of that. Now we're gonna kind of copy this pattern. Really, I'm just gonna copy this one down. Um, hey yo, what? Oh, so now this beep 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 copy colors paste over paste bang. Cool. So we got both of them in place. Now these two are going to be slightly different. Really, should they be different? Because it's not like they're turning around. It should be the same reflection. It's just the rocks go this way and then they turn that way. So technically the reflection is going to stay the same here. Yeah, it'll be the exact same. These two are literally identical, except the fact that the rocks are going two different. Otherwise, the animations are exactly the same. But we'll keep them separate just in case we have like a template in the future. We hey hey wait. Making little Pac-Man ghosts, I feel like. Here comes Inky. All right. On I'm not sure this is the best way to go about making sprites, but what makes sense to me. So doing it this way. On these last two, okay, I got a plan. I got a plan. Up through and add these. This all the way home. Lag spikes in this program going crash out, man. Nine. All right. So next one. Oh, really? That's I have nugget and a biscuit stuck in my head out of nowhere. But it's like having a biscuit. Potato covered chicken nugget biscuit. Barbecue covered nugget biscuit. Barbecue. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Getting a phone call. I'm gonna take this call, but I'm gonna mute myself. Hi, Neptune. I'm on a phone call. I promise I'll be back in a second. This is just I have to take this. I'll be back. Hi guys, I'm on the phone. I promise I'm about to get off.
Stream.
No, say it again. You gotta say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
He was just saying racial slurs. Just a sec. I'm just kidding. He wasn't. You, you guys don't even know who this is. I won't tell you. Doesn't matter. So cool. All right, we'll see you later. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Bye. All right. That was a friend of mine cleaning a mechanical thing, and it requires it something I'm educated in. So I was trying to help him. He was like, I don't want to break it. I'm like, it's okay. Just lubricant and a toothbrush and go to town. It's not too bad. Alrighty. So yeah, I know. Soul was just she was just texting me. She's like, "You had 6 people a second ago," and I'm like, "Oh, of course." While I was on the phone, bugger. Oh well. So we're back. We're back, guys. Ow! I don't know if you heard that. My sternum popped. Ow! Nuclear supervisor. Shush emoji. Bro, what are you like in a submarine? What am I making? This is a well, I guess you see it on stream. It's a Buldan. It's an alien that is going to be an NPC in our game. Uh the inspiration, I'll show you the inspiration. You're not going to like it, but it's the truth. Was on a carrier. Shoot, dude. You can't give me any okay. You're probably not allowed to talk about any of this. Yep. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, this is an old estimate. Just give me a second. I need to know this. Okay, we'll talk in some code here. Just press 1. Just 1 if we're in danger. Should I be worried? Or are you not that type of nuclear supervisor? You know exactly what I'm talking about, dude. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm waiting outside of a hospital room, like waiting to get back the results. 4. What does that mean? What does a 4 mean? BBL bean based live stream. Brazilian butt. Is that what that stands for? I think that's what that stands for. Oh boy. Well, Neptune, I'm glad that you're giving me this information of I should be extremely worried about the state of our country on a scale of 0 to 1 of how dangerous it is. And you said 4. My chair jumping was way louder. Well, yeah, she's below me in the downstairs. Yeah, but I get a pass for jumping my office chair because I just had a nuclear supervisor who was just I won't hold on. I had there was a guy there's a guy who there's a planet rather in this call that we're fucked. That's it. We're just dude, what are we gonna do? I have a broken foot, so I can't get drafted, right? Is that how that works? I can't run. Am I good? Let's get back. This is a blob man. You squishy. I have lots of lore for these guys. I don't know if I should go through the lore on the live stream or if I should just keep working on these. Indeed, I'm good, or indeed I'm getting drafted. Indeed, I'm not gonna get drafted. Or indeed everything. I'm all freaked out. I made a joke about being in a submarine, and you're like, yeah, I was on a carrier. What is this? Project Hail Mary? Dude. That is kind of what the blob. You're not getting drafted, probably. Well, then they just increased it. Like it's not 25 anymore. I heard, but I don't. It doesn't even matter. I mean, if they want to get you, they get you. I am getting a brain map done, and turns out I have a severe traumatic brain injury. So they ran my brain scan with the Department of Defense's like brain scans for like soldiers. No, I'm not comparing myself to soldiers. This is what the psychiatrist said. But apparently I'm in the 70th percentile of having a severe TBI. What happens when you get hit in the head with a baseball bat as a kid? So look at me now. Look at me now making blob people. Anyways. So what we're gonna do is we'll go back. The frick does that mean, Soul? Hope I'm all good now. Oh, I don't know. I just found this. I literally just found this out like a couple days ago. Like just went in. That was what they did say. They said my brain energy output, like the amount of electricity my brain is producing, is a lot. I can't remember the terms they used, but I don't produce as much energy as normal people. Like the amount of electricity that's outputted from my brain, it's a lot smaller, like a lot smaller output. However, my reaction time, the way my brain processes things, is freaky fast compared to a normal person. So it's like brain outputs here, cognitive functions over here. So like doesn't really make the guy was also like, also you 100% have ADD. And I was like, how do you like how did you tell that with the brain map? And he goes, oh, I didn't need to tell the brain map. He's like, you just couldn't sit still. He's like, you don't need a machine. Speaking of ADD, at 8, so that should have been the last of that guy. Pretty much. I think that's it for the Bolden guy. Look at this French flag right here. All right. We're going to eliminate the rest of this. Oh, actually, we'll save this. Um, no. I don't want to save it as a GIF. Where does this exist? Oh, it's right there. Chat's going crazy, guys. We got 5 viewers. Holy crap. 5 viewers, dude. There are 5 people wasting their time. Guys. One of you's on an aircraft carrier. Telling me the world's gonna end. Guys. I'm making jelly people. Oh, Shisa. Dyslexic guy. Now we can do this. Right sheet export. That was a lot more simple. Just three frames. That's it. Save this. Bolden. A PNG. I get the privilege of hearing what you say upstairs a full minute before I hear it on stream. Yeah. If you hear me say anything a little too outrageous, just come up here and unplug. I don't know if the latency will be fixed once we get our internet fixed. Right now, our internet is I just tested it. We have I keep wanting to respond right away, but then I realized nobody in the chat would understand yet. You're gonna look like a Shaman. Shaman Ultra Strong. That was stupid. Sorry. That was so stupid. Is it? Am I breaking any YouTube rules if I drink on stream? If I have a Jack and Coke? Got out of the Navy in April, working commercial plant now. Oh, cool. Well, thank you for your service, sir. I'm an American. You can tell. You can't tell, but you could assume because I'm uneducated and I have a TBI and don't know what to do about it. But am I gonna break rules if I drink on stream? I'm not gonna get wait. I just want to drink. I finished my root beer. Let's look it up. On stream YouTube. Avoid drinking games. Content showing minors consuming alcohol. Love how YouTube's like, we don't care if you don't film them. Just don't film them. Guys, I'm doing it. Gotta write it. Probably didn't even need to say anything. You would have just thought it's just, see, it's just Coca-Cola. Oh crap! It says 7% alcohol in the bottle. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Oh. Yeah, if you're working in a nuclear power plant and you're just don't freaking call the cops, dude. Dude, Pick knows where I live. Friends in real life. Dakota. Beans. Hey, you better not, dude. You better not. What is this? That looks sick. This is not great. It's not good. Not good. This is what it is called a Buldan. Guys, I've been talking about this the whole time, but I got distracted by the guy who's like gonna blow up the world on stream, literally. I shouldn't say literally. I'm gonna get you in trouble, dude. Am I gonna get you in trouble? I'll stop talking about it. Look, we have a couple different aliens that we're wanting to add to the game. It's a blob, yeah, it's a blob man. But basically, I wanted unique twists. I didn't just want to have like big head, like big eye alien things. I wanted to do some aliens that were a little bit more unique. But I didn't want to do things that were so far fetched that you can't relate to them at all. Dude, don't. Dude. Yes. Yes, Rosie, it is exactly the same. And I will prove it. I'm freaking locked and loaded, dude. Yeah, it is. That was my inspiration. Except he's a monster. Isn't he? He's not an alien, right? I haven't seen that movie in so long. But yeah, so these guys don't have eyes. These are just like this is a little reflection. These guys communicate via touch. So everything that they do is everything they do is communicated through basically through the like highest form of like What is the term? What's the term for kinesthetic learning, or like, so kinesthetic? I guess that's how they communicate, but they'll be different colors. So it won't just be blue. We'll have tons of different variations. The reason that these are red and these kind of this tomatoey color is because it's just a color that I can see really, really well. So this is just a blank template. We're doing the same thing or doing the same thing for these guys. So the Gallic. So this is just like a base template that all the other these will all be on the same template. So I kind of want to make one of these guys that has like funny sunglasses and whatnot. Um, Ooh. What's this dude's name? This guy does not have a name yet, so it is just the um same thing with the Gollux that I had up. This is just the base species. Um I'm doing this kind of systematically. So instead of me creating each and every single NPC, um, which I'm going to do each and every one, I have to start with, okay, well, what do I want the alien species to be? If I start going, okay, well, I want this guy to be this and this and this, but I don't have the baseline of like what the anatomy or the lore, how these things operate, then I'm just going to be spinning my wheels trying to figure out the best way to create these. So you kind of need to take a pause and make one of each first, and then from there you can structure and move them around. So we got the Boldans, it's the jelly people. The little rocks that they're on, those are little mechanical rocks that their species has created to help them walk transport really, really quickly on flat ground. So when you see them walk around in game, they'll kind of have this like walking animation. So like the little rocks are running through. We're also gonna do we're also gonna do uh some of the capsule art is gonna have the aliens. Soul's actually gonna work on that. Um, which will be super cool. Jamarius. I mean Jamarius. Let's create a Jamarius, guys. This was one that I rage quit on earlier today. Um, this is the Squidward guy. So a lot of people, these aren't arms. So he's facing, um, he's looking this direction. He's looking this way. Um, his those are two fins that come off the back of them. Um, this species evolved without needing arms. So they have 2 feet that they can just run on really, really fast. And they have two really, really dexterous fins that help them basically swim through water really quickly. But the ends of their fins have a couple different little prong type, basically phalanges that are able to like interact with things like fingers or whatever. And they have full dexterity like a snake in their fins. So when you see them working, it looks like they have 2 arms, but they're coming out of their back. This is Darren. His name is Darren. But yeah, so I now have to animate a fin that is doing this thing. And dude, I suck at that, dude. Suck so bad. So I was trying to do it earlier, and this is what I had, and I was just like, I had to quit. So that's why I went and worked on this today instead. So I got this done. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're back. Did I lose everybody? I don't know if everything just turned off or not. Because all I saw was OBS completely disconnected and my internet just died. I was just like, dude, did we lose the stream? Give me a 1 in the chat if people are still here. Did anybody get disconnected? No, you all have better Wi-Fi than me, I promise. You all 100% have better Wi-Fi than me. All right. Are we good? Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? 1 in the chat. Do an internet speed test. I'm not going to do it here so I don't dox myself. See how bad we are. Oh, crap. The website won't even load. Dang, dude, that's so delayed. I asked that a while ago. Holy cow. All right, let's see our we're getting like almost 30 megabytes a second. That's good enough. Well, hopefully it doesn't keep doing that. I apologize, guys. All right, well, let's focus on making some more, guys. Let's pull up the Google Docs. I'm gonna show the Google Docs on stream. I don't care. Hey, where's my Google Docs? Diarrhea. I think this is okay. So many things. Lots of lore we've been writing. So I'll kind of go yeah. Here on my screen. Hey yo, you can't type stuff upside down, dude. I'm gonna have a stroke. My traumatic brain injury can't handle that. All right. Let's decide what we want to make next. We got the bolds done. We have the Fiptons. It's all good. You bet Darren would take you to Bangladesh? Like on a date? Why would you want to go to Bangladesh? I can show the... Why can't I show the doc? Well, you just doxed the Fiptans. There's no secret lore. Nothing's written out yet. Everything is subject to change. You guys hear about a drip? You came up with this one, Soul. A drip, a drim, a drima, a drima. I don't know what to work on, chat. Well, let's think about this. Ba, 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 ba. I need to keep working on a lot of different things. Are there any? Hard to decide. You get to a point with the game, you just get so overwhelmed. There's so many things to work on. You just can't decide what you want to do. Yo, what is the Bangladesh video? I dreama. Hmm. All right. I think what we'll do. Let's go ahead and get started on a new character, I guess. So here's our template of the bean guy, little worker. Yo, somebody send me the Bangladesh video on the Discord. So now we need to start making our next character. This is the embarrassing part that I suck at. You see, this is the evolution of like at some point it clicks and you're just like like it just takes forever to figure out these things sometimes. Um he's great. Yeah, these little worker guys. But we have a taller species that we need to start making too. Um, start we start with the head or the feet? The contest cutoff is the 30th. What if we just made him like like, I made like a bee person. This is something you see on a Cuphead, dude. I don't know. I really want like a not creepy. My idea was a almost Slenderman like character. Not Slenderman. Something a lot like more unnaturally tall. Which really, I mean, his legs are only that tall. If we make anybody crazy big. Ooh, that's kind of a funky shape. This is literally how boring this is. It's just you just keep messing with stuff until you find something. He's gonna stand like Norm Macdonald doing stand up, dude. Um, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing for this guy, honestly. We're just messing around. Cooking. Let me cook. This is a character. So there's a character that there's a character in the game that is like an elf, not an elf character, but like taller, lengthy type character. And this is my prototyping stage that just literally like, dude, you don't want to know how many of the bean base guys I made. Dude, I made so many. This is the part that just is so annoying. Because you just feel like you're not going anywhere and you just have to keep sticking with it and keep reiterating and reiterating, and eventually something clicks. It just does. Sometimes I'm just not motivated to get it right the first time. What the frick, dude? Guys. We got 9 viewers watching me do this. Guys, I'm so sorry. What's the planet like these people are from? It was a very how much do I want to reveal? It's okay. I know what to say and what not to say. I was a dungeon master. I still am a dungeon master. I've been a dungeon master for 8 years. I know how to talk about lore without spoiling everything.
It all starts with this.
So what's the planet like? The planet is yeah. Their planet was their planet was a very similar to Earth's uh like terrain, kind of rocky, lots of water, very, very rich. Oh, we'll see you later. Um, very rich with minerals, lots of it's just almost like a paradise type planet. They have a little bit lower gravity, so a lot of the creatures on the planet grew up to be quite large. Um, they funny enough, this civilization ended up discovering they didn't they every civilization, especially when you start world building sci-fi games or sci-fi, not just games, but sci-fi stories, uh, you need to consider how did this civilization get to the stars. Uh, certain civilizations do it faster, and certain ones do it in different ways. Project Hail Mary is like a great example of two civilizations that completely different types of technology, but they were able to get to the exact same goal. Star Wars kind of does this a little bit, but they don't really dive that far into it. I really want my game to explore the science on why did certain civilizations create certain ways of doing things. Um, this species that I don't have a name for the species yet. We're still debating on a couple different names. We kind of want it to be mysterious and cool. Um, like literally, I want it to be the equivalent of like the elves from Lord of the Rings. Is what this is going to be. They, um, this this species did not invent space travel. They created teleportation first. They just felt trying to create pressurized ships with fuel was too risky. And so their civilization put all their resources to figuring out how to atomize somebody and reatomize someone somewhere else. Um, just really crappy luck. Their civilization was completely destroyed. Not because of their wacky science experiments or anything like that. Just crappy luck in the universe. A supernova going off and destroying their entire civilization. So a lot of them were able to escape because of their teleportation, but not all of them. So they're pretty much extinct at this point, but a couple of them will appear in the game. They help the bean people um, progress. Yes, I have lots of it. That was that document that I have. Um, all lore. Now, um, all this seems really stupid, but yeah, there's a lot of I'm very happy because I was able to figure out a lot of actual really rich lore for these people, um, for the bean people. 'Cause at first, I was debating on like, are these humans or are they a different alien? Do I want humans in the game? And so I basically decided humans are not in the game at all. Um, there are theories on maybe they existed or not, but I kind of want the players to come up with that on their own. And yeah, hmm, think about that. The the pointy ears thing. Yeah, their planet, it you can't even it's like Death Star, like they're gone. Yeah. Um So, anyways, it's super cool to kind of just see everything slowly start to come together. Well, I am the type of person I'm not very good at drawing. I Our original concept for Beam Base, everything was going to be hand drawn assets like line art. I really liked the look of Hollow Knight, and I thought a base building game that looked like Hollow Knight would have been insane. But I just don't have that talent. I'm better at pixel art. I'm still not the greatest at pixel art, but like I can wrap my head around this. My brain does not work with drawing. So when I get to these sketching phases of like I'm trying to create a new character, I s- I probably spend the most amount of time here where I just like just my brain is just like just not a struggle. I'm not too worried about him looking like awkward right now. I'm just trying to get a shape of a person. Eight. See, this just looks like what I want to avoid. There are certain types of pixel art I hate. There are certain types of pixel art that just bug the crap out of me. My mom bought me this book when she heard I was making a video game, and this is this is what's there's another one for like a person in here. It was really funny. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Just make that. I should just like yeah. No, my mom's great. She was extremely supportive, more supportive than most people I know when it comes to making a video game. Out of anybody, I thought she would have been like, probably don't. That's probably not a good idea. Probably not a great long term investment. I was like, but she was all she's. There's a couple points I was even like, dude, I'm not going to like I don't know if I want to do this. This isn't a smart business idea, and she's been pushing it for me um more. I saw what you deleted, Rosie. Guys, I need to get better at streaming. I need to do things to engage you guys. I apologize. I'm not the greatest at this. Usually I do this by blasting music to keep me focused. So now I'm sitting in silence. Tell me what are your guys's I don't want to make it I don't want to ask everything about the game right now. But I'm just curious like for those of you like where did what are your most of your guys' expectations for the game? Like, what are some things that you're like, I can't wait to see this in the game? Not like what I'm making here on screen, but like knowing it's a base building game. Is there an element of that you're excited about to see? Like having full customization to build bases in any shape you want? Or are there elements of it you're just like, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm really nervous because I hate this thing about base building games? What are some expectations that you guys have it being centered around a base building game. I'm just curious because I can come up with a lot, but honestly, I can't think of everything. I wish I could. Gosh, this guy looks so stupid. Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling on this, guys. Love to be able to recruit NPCs to work with you. This is not a bad idea, actually. I'm just kidding. I'm like, just steal your idea. There's the arms here that are bugging the crap out of me. I'm just gonna get ready. Create a shoulder. What does he want to do with his arms? Do we want to fold his arms? Base jukebox. Yeah, I'm definitely adding a jukebox. I want to have collectible tracks similar to I think I put this in my YouTube video. Yeah, I did. We have I want to make it like Minecraft where like you can go collect music discs to play in the game. Um but also it would be really cool to add it'd be really cool to see the way like kind of the similar way that like Animal Crossing does it with like collecting tracks and music that way, like KK Slider stuff. Because you could just totally keep a song on loop, and it just sets the tone for a specific section. Um, that was kind of one of my inspirations. That's actually what we're doing for the art contest. For those of you that don't know, we're running an art contest. Um, we're running an art contest, and part of the art contest is music, specifically for a jukebox. Because I didn't want the art contest, the music to be for the actual soundtrack of the game. I felt like it would have been too much pressure, but also I don't even know what the soundtrack for the game I want it to sound like, and I might get really strict with that. But I'm not going to be strict at all for what's in a jukebox because the player's at full discretion of what they want to play in it. How do you guys feel about in-app purchases in video games nowadays? Is it an instant turnoff for you, or is it like kind of just whatever when it comes to gaming? The only reason I ask is because the only reason I ask is because I'm not putting them in my game. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm not putting microtransactions in my game. Uh, I personally, I think same exact thing you guys are saying. Like it depends. There are certain games I'm all for it because I think it is just going to help the developer of the game make a little extra cash, and I think it also just adds an incentive for players to kind of help out that developer specifically or invest, just show that they're invested in the game. It's a win-win thing. I think, in my opinion, a lot of people hate it, but I think Helldivers does a great job at this because you can buy microtransactions in the game to, or you can use microtransactions in the game to buy the super credits, but you can also farm them. Like, I have a friend of mine, um, who has not spent a dime on Helldivers. I think he was literally gifted the game from a friend, so he didn't even buy the game, and then he has all, I think he has everything unlocked. Yeah, exactly, like Warframe. Yeah. But he has literally everything unlocked. Every single skin, uh, all the weapons, everything. He's not spent a dime. And so it is possible, but he also likes that. Now, my brother but not stand grinding for the game. And so for him, it was worth it to go, I'm so glad I don't have to grind for this. I'm going to buy the super credits. Um, he, for him, it was worth it. The only reason I ask is I have so many people you should add microtransactions to your game. And it's an instant turn off for me because this game specifically is a cozy game. I maybe not specifically, but it's gonna fall. I feel like it's gonna fall into that category. He's got huge traps. He's like, we're the same guy. Hey, dude, I should just leave that. That's kind of funny. Big neck, huge traps. Um, None of this probably makes any sense to you of what's happening here, but it's starting to make more sense. An inspiration of like the personality of these characters has been the Kaminoans from Star Wars. The cloning tall neck people. And so I'm trying to avoid doing the tall neck, but I'm like, dude, he needs a little bit of a neck. I don't have a tall neck. I like I have very stretchy skin, so like my neck just it's fat. Um, but the I'm rambling. I'm rambling, guys. Guys, I don't even know what I'm doing. Um, but I have a lot of people suggesting like you should definitely do microtransactions in this game, and I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not going to do it. It's my game. I have final say, obviously, but specifically the reason why microtransactions I don't think are a good idea for this game, and I think just a lot of games in general nowadays, is because not a lot of games. You have to figure out how they work into the gameplay loop. So if so, for example, this game is going to be a lot of this game is going to be collecting items. I mean, like this is just right here. This is just a list of the items I have in the game so far, and half these are the ones that are documented. The like, and that isn't like a ton. That's like probably about 100-ish. So point is this game's going to have a lot of things to collect, a lot of NPCs to encounter, a lot of types of furniture. Oh, that also doesn't include the furniture that you do. Um, but if you have microtransactions in your game that is centered around 100%ing the game or collecting everything, and then you put a paywall up that someone can't physically get through unless they pay money that they've already paid money to buy your game, right? Like this isn't going to be a free game. You are going to have to buy it. It might be like I don't know how much it's going to be. I think it's going to be like the $10 to $15 range. That's what I think in my head, at least. That's subject to change. Um, for sure. And like it is the supporter pack, what Chapster's saying. something like that makes sense. But like even that to me is like just like I don't know. Like the point of this game is for you to have fun and collect things. And if I put a paywall up and you can't physically collect in 100% the game unless you pay money, like that it just isn't cool. You know what I mean? That I would just that would for me as a gamer, that would really piss me off. Like imagine you're trying to 100% Lego Star Wars. Actually, didn't this happen in the latest Lego Star Wars game? I was thinking about the complete saga when I played when I was a kid, but the Skywalker saga or whatever the new one was. Didn't that happen? And you have to buy a bunch of DLCs for to unlock half the characters? So for the 100 percenters, you literally have to do that? Am I right on that? Look at those traps, man. Let's create a palette. This is the general palette um that I'm using for the game. I'm not too a lot of people get really paranoid about what colors look good together and stuff. Um Technique I learned because I worked in construction for so long. Okay. A technique I learned because I did construction for so long, and a term I came up with. I don't know if anybody else has come up with it, but I've never heard anybody else say it. Is consistently inconsistent. If you're whatever you're making, design, interior design, set and tile, you're painting your house, you're making pixel art. If it's consistent and then all of a sudden something's inconsistent and then it goes back to consistent, that's really stupid. But if you can make something consistently inconsistent, like it's purposely random, who cares? Because it was like, okay, it was inconsistent here, it's inconsistent here, it's inconsistent here. Who cares? But if it's like perfect, 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 bad, perfect, perfect, that bad spot stands out like crazy. I say all that to say, that sounds like I was going on a tangent. When it comes to picking color palettes, I think a lot of people put way too much effort into picking out their colors. And I think there's definitely a reason for that, but I think that staying within kind of your range of knowing what looks good, but also purposefully planning out your game ahead of time to know, okay, I know that these colors go together really well, keeps you kind of in check. And so for me, in my game, I'm making things consistently inconsistent on purpose. They're all still within the same family of colors, but every object is going to have a slightly different tone. Slightly. That way everything kind of stands out on its own and everything's a little inconsistent, but it doesn't look like you slapped a rainbow over everything and it's just overwhelming to look at. Yep. Yeah, Neptune, that's a great way to do it. Definitely that can get away from you really quick too, because it depends. Because if you're like, the theme of this room is a safari, and the theme of this room is a Coruscant, first class, Venator, red room. That's gonna look really bad, But if you're like, okay, cool, this one's gonna be kind of that older, warmish tan tone, and then this one's gonna be kind of that, we're gonna do it with like a sage green or whatever. Like this room's sage green. Not that this room is anything to squawk at. Neither is this house. I'll have to tell you guys about this house another time. It's amazing. I have to go to the bathroom really bad, and I'll be right back. Um, so stay tuned. I won't be long. You should still do a course on theme kitchen. Good idea. It is so hot up here. Type 1 in chat if you guys are still here. I don't know. I can't. My stream setup, I have no idea. I'm still learning all this stuff. All right, let's get to the theme here. Really want to give him green skin. Neptune's still alive. Chapster's still here. You guys are real G's. Green is a very difficult color to match to anything. The human eye, the human eye has more. I can't remember the term. Receptors. Is that the right term? Can't remember. We see more green in our vision than we see in any other color. So out of all the colors, we see the most variations of green. So it's incredibly hard to match green perfectly versus something like blue. I think we have the least amount. Photoreceptors. Thank you. Blue we have the least. The blue is like, it's still tricky. Obviously, it's still a color, but comparing like matching a blue color to a green color, it's not even on the same scale. If you're ever picking green to paint your house, be really careful. Make sure you keep some extra. Just trying to like go back to a paint store and have them make more. Really, really hard to do. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go. Everything in my game is kind of this pastel color. I really like this green. I'm already using this green somewhere else in the game for a certain machine, so I kind of don't want to reuse the same green. But it might be good. Might be good because it might bring in some like cohesiveness. We can run it for now. We'll run it for now and we'll change it if we hate it. So let's just go. Once I kind of get a shape that starts making sense to me, I just start copy pasting it over. I like to see. I like to go back and look at the progression because at some point I'll look back and go, "What went wrong?" And this is doing it this way for me is just easier than like doing layers, and it just is easier doing it in sections. And it only is an extra like couple kilobytes on your computer, so it's not that big of a deal. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start with the base color, his whole body. Like right there alone, you can start just seeing him take form. Slowly, slowly, slowly. But and we'll just start shading. Not much, but just a little. How many other people in here have used Ace Sprite? Ace Sprite? How do you guys say it? Maybe I'm not even saying it right. I'm illiterate. Dude, for those of you that do use a Sprite, the program that I'm using for the pixel art here, it gives me these it gives these random lag spikes. If you haven't used a Sprite, it is good. I'm about to dog on it, but it is really good. It is a very, very good program. But it just gets these random lag spikes where you'll be using it and your mouse will just freeze and then you'll keep going. And so you'll be in the middle of drawing and then it'll just like bap, bap, and then you'll end up like the line will skip and you'll draw somewhere else and then you're just like "Ah." It's only like half a second, but dude, it really throws your rhythm off. I love I this is the best pixel art program I've ever used. I I grew up using GIMP. Um, I make it sound like I'm an pixel art, like I've been doing this for forever. I have not. I'm a noob. Um, I did make a lot of Minecraft texture packs. That was my thing. Um, I was obsessed with that for a long time. Yeah, dude. I got it. I got it right here. Got GIMP right there. Um, yeah, GIMP is amazing. He already starts creating that just a little bit of extra dimension there. Obviously, we're just doing like skin tones. Yeah, dude. GIMP, it's just great. Honestly, I've been using it stock. I don't think I've ever downloaded a plugin for it. I'm just such an idiot when it comes to that. And then I started making a video game, and I'm like, oh, I need to. I if I don't have this special stock plugin, I won't. I can't make my game. See, that was a lag spike right there. I don't know if you could catch it. Ba 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 ba. Ayo. Your wettest pants. Honestly, I was struggling more with the upper part of the body when I started this, and now the lower part looks kind of silly. I was thinking about making his hips wider, but I think what we're gonna do is I think his feet are too big. I think we'll bring it back here. It needs to be higher. A little better. All right. Yeah. Now bring this over another 32. Dang, dude, he's not much taller than 32. I wonder if I can shrink him down a little bit. This isn't going to look good in our game. He's too tall. This would work good for like a top down or a like a side scroller game, but I've already been struggling with the perspective issues. If I plop this into the game, it'll just look like he's laying on his back, like on the ground, rather than him standing up. Um, let's keep running with it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think he's just too tall. Let's see what we can do about shrink. That's exactly 32, but as he walks, his head's gonna bob up, and that's not great. So we need to realistically actually bring it a little bit. I think I can make this work. We'll do um okay, let's and I just gonna stretch out the head here. That's still kind of cohesive. I was able to shrink that down quite a bit. All right, let's go with a clothing, I guess. Purple is the exact opposite. Red. No, purple's not an opposite. I'm an idiot. It's red that's the opposite. I was thinking of yellow. Yeah. But green and purple are complementary colors. Is that the term? Look it up. No, that's yeah. Sorry, my stream's bugging out, guys. I apologize.